Hey everyone, welcome back to Get Ready with me, Louise. So today we're going to be playing with the Natasha Denona Metropolis palette. And there's kind of mixed reviews on this palette, I suppose. Some people like it, some people don't, because there's so many cream to matte shadows in this one. That don't bother me as much as the color story kind of intimidates me the way it's set out. I think it's pretty to look at like this, but it does intimidate me, number one. And number two, when I get a palette like this, I tend to want to go ham and use as many colors as possible. And then I get frustrated because it doesn't work. And I don't think that's necessarily what this is meant to be. So yesterday I went for a sunset look, so I'm going to kind of stay away from that area. I was actually going to play with the blues, but I think I've done a look like that before. So I decided this time, let's play with the greens. Hear me out. Let's play with the greens a little, and let's not go ham. Let's just play with the palette as if maybe it's like a 4-pan palette. You know what I mean? Or a 6-pan palette. No, it was 4. I think I only messed with 4 colors. The first shade I went into was Rope, 256 cm. And actually, I really like this color. I'm just setting the eye, making sure there's nothing on it. No creases. I really like this color as a transition shade, okay? And I kind of went into this look thinking, we're not going to go ham. We're not going to, just throw colors on for the sake of throwing colors on. You know what I mean? Like, obviously, I want to show you the palette, and the shades, but I think I get out of control when I do that, and I'm not really showing you the palette in the best way sometimes. Because I get so excited and I want to show you all the shades because they're all usually so pretty, but it's like most people aren't going to wear, that kind of eye look to begin with. They're going to stick with 3, maybe 4 shades and be done, So I was like, today we're going to go, in a sense, simple, but yet very pretty. I think it turned out pretty anyway. I hope you guys do. So this shade here, I think it's like my perfect crease color, to be honest. It's so pretty, easy to work with, easy to blend. Like, it's laying down. It's just like wonderful. Wonderful. And I'm using my Refer brush number 16. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and take that same shade along the lower lash line, right here. And I'm actually using one of Natasha Denona's brushes for that. Number 6, I think. And I actually have really been liking this brush. These are one of the brushes I actually do like out of the set. I think I almost got my favorite brushes together out of my whole collection. Well, not out of my whole collection because, I don't mess with my Sonia G brushes or my Wayne Goss brushes yet. So, some of their brushes could technically be better, and I'm sure they are. For the price point, they better be. Better than the brushes that I've picked out so far that I feel create a really nice eye look for me. Okay. Now we're going to go into the shade Lethal 258 CP. Now this shade here, I was kind of wondering about it, but I'm going to be honest with you. I think it's beautiful. It's not a shade I would necessarily go for. And I have green eyes, so you would think I would go with a green. green or purple, you know, just because that makes your eyes pop apparently. Am I right? Purple? Is that one of the shades? I don't know. But anyway, well, I guess my eyes are more hazel than necessarily green. But this shade here is like a... I don't know. Almost like a spit pea kind of green. I don't know how else. I mean, there's other words that are coming to my mind, but I don't want to say that because, like, I don't want to turn you off of it. But it's so pretty in a sense. And you can build it up. I don't necessarily know. Well, yeah, you could build it up to the color in the palette. I was like, I don't necessarily know. But it's definitely more of a yellow green. And I was going to take this even darker, but I controlled myself. I was very proud of myself today, thank you. With controlling myself and not going too far. Because we all know I can go too far. I'm going to take that same shade and just run it right along the lower lash line. And then go back into that first shade and just blend that out on the lower lash line. But here's the kicker. This is the shade that made me want to go, let's do a simple look. And that is the shade Orium, I think is the name of it. It's 251 DC. And there's just something about this shade that caught my eye today. Generally, it's other shades that catches my eye, but for whatever reason, it was this shade. And I'm just going to tap that on my lid very easily because I didn't spray it or put anything down. And I don't want any fallout. And as long as I take these shades slow, I don't get fallout. And I can manipulate them a little bit. Not too much though. I won't lie. Before they start, falling down my face. But I can manipulate them enough to make, to make it work. Okay, now we're going to go into the shade Queen. My eyes aren't best. Yeah, Queen 262M. My eyes are getting worse and worse. And honestly, I wasn't for sure what palette I wanted to play with today, and this one does intimidate me. But I had a bad day yesterday for sure. And I wasn't starting out much better today, to be honest. And this palette really, I'm not gonna lie, surprised me. It surprised me because of the shades that I chose aren't necessarily shades that I normally choose, to be honest. And then B, it turned out decent. Which is a shock all on its own right there. Well, actually, I lied. I think it turned out more than decent. I mean, I hope you all think so too. I think it turned out very pretty, to be honest with you. Okay, let's curl the lashes. I'm going to use my Rephr eyelash curler. We're not going to do that. And then we're going to use my Gucci mascara for the top lashes, which I love. And we're just going to put this on the top. And I don't know what it is about this look, because it's not something I would wear every day. It's not even something I wear really at all. But it's kind of drawing me in for some reason, the greens were. And I don't know why. I mean, don't get me wrong, put a pink palette in front of me and, you know, that I'm choosing. But today when I did open that, it was like those colors just sort of jumped out at me. And at first I was like, oh no, because I don't know how to match them up using 10 different shades. But then I thought about it and I was like, no, we don't have to do 10 different shades, you know? And in all honesty, I thought about it, and really I could have just used that crease color and then put that green gold shade down on the lid. I didn't even have to go in with that other shade, that green, but I wanted to. Or I could have used that crease color in any other metallic shade really on my lid, and I think it would have looked really pretty. Alright. I think this is best this is going to get right now. Because these lashes just don't want to work with me today. Not that they ever want to work with me truly, but you know. And then for bottom lashes, we're going to use the MAC Extended Play Giga Black Lash. Okay. And then, honestly, as I'm looking at this, I do see a little bit of fallout. So I would suggest, obviously, spraying that shade. I just don't spray the shades for whatever reason. I mean, if I'm not filming, I do, but if I'm filming, I don't. Or if I had somewhere important, like, I'm not going to just take a chance. But I did get a little bit of fallout with that shade. Nothing major. Wiped away. No big deal. But I did get it. But this is the final look using just a couple of shades out of that palette. Now, this is quite an expensive palette. If I recall, and I recall, here's the thing. All these palettes are expensive. It's just if it's your color story or not. And even though, I'll be honest, I didn't think this was my color story. But if I break this palette down into just 4 shades, maybe not in the order that it's in, you know what I mean, here or there. But if I just pick this palette down into 4 shades, like I did this one, this one, this one, and that for inner corner. That would almost always be my inner corner. But, you know, I could have did this and, or this, and that. Or maybe even went with that green, you know? Or maybe just did this row. Like, or this row. Or that row. Or that row. Okay, you could go row by row, I suppose. I didn't really think of that. Huh. Anyway, I mean, you just got to break it down and maybe not look at it like as a whole. And I think that's my problem. I look at it as a whole. But I think the look turned out really nice. I think that for now on, moving forward, when it comes to this palette, I may choose to only pick a few shades out of it at a time to do an eye look, because I think overall it turned out really good. And in all honesty, I think overall I like my whole makeup look today. So I really enjoyed that. I enjoyed playing with this lipstick too. I think this is 514. It's I think it's Armani Beauty, some sort of lipstick. But I like the color of this too. And it feels nice too. But anyway, I'm going to let you go. That's all I have for you today. I hope this video helped in some way. I don't know if you can still get this palette. I know it was gone, and then she brought it back because it was supposed to be limited edition. So I don't know if it's still back or if she'll bring it back. If you like her shadows and you like a mixture of her shadows, this is definitely the palette to get, because you get a nice variety of shadows in here of different textures. If you don't like that though, you're probably not going to like this palette. So it's really just preference. If you don't like the color story, you know, that sort of stuff. But all in all, now that I've rethought this palette, I think I'm going to like it a lot more, to be honest. And that's pretty cool that I've had it for this long, and I've just now realized that. That says something there. But I don't get a chance to play with every palette, which means I probably shouldn't be buying more palettes. But that's not going to stop. Yeah, that's not going to stop. Anyway, I'll let you go. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, ring the bell, hit all. That way you're notified when I do upload. I upload every day but Sunday. And I will see you in my next one. And until then, stay safe and stay healthy. Bye.